Welcome to the Kawicki Driver Development Program YouTube channel. I'm Casey Campbell. Thanks for tuning in. We are pleased to be joined by Derek Gluchacki of Massachusetts. How's it going? One of our 2024 finalists.
Good, Casey. How are you?
I'm doing good. A lot has happened since you last came on here. It's been quite the year for you. Gonna kind of tell everybody what you've been up to throughout the year.
Yeah, it's been up and down. I've had some good runs, some misfortune, some bad luck, a little bit of everything. We unfortunately over the past weekend at Star, we lost the points lead in the Act Tour, but some mechanical problems cost us there. But hopefully we'll get that back here in the coming weeks. We were able to get another ride in another ACT late model, running some weekly races at Thompson, Waterford, and hopefully Seekonk here in a couple weeks. We were able to pick up a weekly win at Thompson to get back on the right track in the RLS performance ride that we have. So that's a good turnaround for us. We needed that after a rough one at Star. So looking forward to getting back on the Act Tour at Montmagny in a couple weeks here at the end of July.
Yeah. I know it's how do you like handle some of like those like really tough moments that you have right now, Derek?
Yeah, I mean, racing will definitely keep you humble, you know what I mean? But it's tough, right? Because you put in a lot of time and effort into this, and when stuff doesn't work out, it's definitely get you down. But just got to keep your head on the grindstone, and get back in the shop and get ready for next week and try to come back, better and stronger and faster.
So going into these next few races, could just kind of preview like what you guys have got coming up.
Yeah, so in the RLS Performance 03, we have a couple weekly races before we go back to the Act Tour. We're looking at Waterford, I think, the next 2 weeks, and then after that, we'll be up in Canada at Montmagny with the Act Tour. And the two biggest races of the year, well, biggest paying, I guess I should say, of the White Mountain 250 and the Can-Am 200 at Montmagny. So definitely a couple big weeks for us. So hopefully we can keep the good luck rolling.
Okay, so next few tracks coming up. What you know, I mean, you talked about them like for people that a lot of people don't that I'm starting to we didn't have somebody on the ACT tour, so I'm still trying to learn a lot of these places and stuff, but learning from watching you last year. Uh these have been some pretty good tracks for you.
Yeah, last year was our first time up at Montmagny, and we were able to take home the big check last year, so that was awesome. Probably it's a little under half a mile flat, not a lot of grip, so it's bigger track. So I enjoy the bigger tracks, and definitely tire conservation races play in my favor. I like the comers and goers and stuff. So and obviously White Mountain, we've been pretty good in the past. We were able to win the Walls Ford Championship a couple years back. So definitely have a good notebook heading into White Mountain. So hopefully we can come up a couple spots better in the 250.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you feel like your best race was this year?
Uh, Probably Seekonk. Even though we didn't win, I felt like we had a good enough car to win, and we definitely battled all the way through the field. One of the only cars that were able to move forward. So that was pretty huge. And with the Ford versus Chevy thing going on the Act Tour, it's been tough. But I think they realize that they've made it a little more difficult for the Fords to keep up with the Chevys. So they're changing some rules around, hopefully making the racing a little bit more even like it used to be. But definitely Seekonk, home track, home crowd for me. So it was good to have a good showing there and come home with a top five.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so I didn't know there was a manufacturer battle a little bit. Well, what is the difference going on with that?
Yeah, so they over the winter they changed the rules package. They felt the Fords had a little bit of an advantage, which maybe they did, maybe they didn't, right? But over the off season, they gave the Chevys a 4-barrel carburetor, and they kept the Fords with only a 2-barrel. So I think they're trying to even that back out. I think they went a little bit too far, but I think they're trying their best to even it out, and hopefully over the next couple of weeks with the rules changes, they get it right.
Absolutely. Talk about the stuff you're doing kind of off track.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We've had a couple events here at Lucky Splits Ice Cream here in Rhode Island. We had an event there, raise money for RICAN, a nonprofit here in Rhode Island, food bank kind of thing. We're also working with the Curtis Foundation up in Maine, trying to send a couple kids to their summer camp for the summer. And obviously, the main foundation for the year we're working with is the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. That's been a
Absolutely.
kind of a kind of a life changing thing for me, to be honest. It's definitely really cool to learn about it, and obviously it's a touchy subject to talk about. So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, obviously just all the stories and trying to put yourself in just look at things differently and understand a lot about what people are going to. We've heard a lot of talked to a lot of people, and it's really just, it touches your heart to hear the stories and how appreciative of people are of you trying to spread awareness and everything like that. So it's truly been awesome. Super grateful to, have the opportunity to work with them this year. So definitely really cool. But other than that, we've worked with an animal shelter here in Rhode Island, donated a bunch of dog food and some toys and hung out with some animals all day. So that was pretty awesome. But obviously we have a lot more planned this year, just trying to finalize it all, and we'll be announcing more soon.
Absolutely. I also should mention, I know you brought this up, but if you yourself are struggling with suicide, please call 988. That is the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. They are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And reminder, you are not alone. So always want to try to get that out there. Um, so going into working with all these big things, what has that kind of meant to you, Derek?
Like I said, kind of life changing, really. You don't realize how just being a smaller race team in New England, how much of an impact you can have on everything. And we actually, the school up the road from us was having for the cheerleaders and the football team, they were doing like a car wash, and we had the race car hauler. So we brought the big trailer in, and it was pretty funny to see the look on their faces, like we got to wash all this. But no, it was cool. We showed them the race car and stuff, and we donated some money to them. So that was pretty awesome to see too. I forgot to mention that earlier, but yeah, like I said, it's been kind of life changing, to be honest. Just you never realize how much of an impact you have on your community until you actually get out there and try to do as much as you can, right? And how appreciative everyone is. It's just really awesome to see, and definitely, makes you look at things a lot different. That's for sure.
Absolutely. All right, then tell everybody what you got coming up this week.
Yeah, so we're in the RLS Performance late model this week here at Waterford on Saturday, and I think that's a 30 lapper for us, some weekly racing. So it'll be a fun 30 lap sprint, and see what happens.
All right, and last thing, where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, we're Derek Gluchacki Racing on every platform. So check us out.
All right. All right, Derek, thank you so much for coming on, and best of luck this week at Waterford.
No, thanks for having me.